Hello, hello, my crafty friends. There we go. Just trying to get this up close and personal, and at the same time not giving anybody a headache from the shakes. All right, so we are here today for a paper pumpkin box opening and take a look at it, play with it a little bit, you know, all that fun stuff that we can do. I hope everybody saw the Back to Basics that I posted on the Facebook page about tying bows, because I know that bows can be challenging, not just for myself, but for a lot of other people. And I thought it was an interesting idea. I've not tied bows that way before, so it will be interesting to do that. Yeah. So let's talk about our paper pumpkin. I'm excited about this one. This one, I can't remember if this is the one or the next one is the one where it's kind of like they don't give you a whole lot, so you don't have a clue about what's coming. All right, we'll open up our box. Who's excited? Let's see what we got. I have some scratch paper and my little pad here. I have some blending brushes just in case I need them. My storage packet for things. And it still doesn't look straight. Good grief. I am challenged when it comes to what straight looks like. Well, that's way too much. Okay, so say hi when you join. I don't know why I worry about straight so much, but I do. Takes a little bit for to catch up. Well, that's not too bad. We'll leave it be. Hey Barbara, how are you? I kind of liked your idea of sending my building project back, but I did manage to get it together, although it did take me a little bit to figure out. Like you said, they give you the pictures, but not always the best directions. Okay, so I can't tell if this one has a name. Hold on. Excuse me, guys. I just sneezed there. All this cleaning is making the dust go all over. But this is kind of fun. This has a little teapot. And so this is a double stamp month. Open up our pretty paper. It is Secret C is the name of our game today. So you know that I will get out mine and then I will save this. How was your weekend? We just had a weekend, right? I can't even remember what we had or not had. Okay. Nah, shoot. I was trying to not rip the paper. Obviously, did not do that. All right. An F for me. Oh, whoops. This is the one. This is the old one. I want the new one today. All right. Okay. So here we go. This is our set that works, our Circle of Season dies. And I need to actually pull out my extra set in here. I normally take my extra set and set it aside. And then here is this one stored in a cellophane bag. And I'm kind of right now doing this where I keep everything in one of the envelopes that was used for either die cuts or an embossing folder. All right. I am confused. Again, I was looking for my other scissors, but we'll use these. I was looking for my And we're going to just open this up. How was your weekend, Barbara? Ooh. So somewhere in here we should have a little piece that shows me. Hey Barbara, did you get a catalog today? Or yesterday, this weekend sometime? Checking to see catalogs out. I just got a message from Susan that she has hers. Okay, so these are kind of fun. These kind of look like robin eggs. You know, that special paper, I guess robin eggs are blue, so that's not really true, but where the bird's eggs have a little bit of speckling on them. Very pretty envelopes. All of them are the same, which have this flap with the background and textures. Oh, you know, you don't have a catalog yet. Okay, yes, I think you went to a Christmas card class with Gigi and Miriam and that. Ooh, these are pretty. So here are our cards. Looks like we have 3 different styles of cards, so that's pretty standard. I'm going to throw these other ones, not throw them literally, but you know what I mean. Put these back in our box. Okay. With those, put those back in because I'll make paper pumpkin alternatives. We will have our class for this. Okay, you should be getting yours. I just got mine this weekend, so you should hopefully, you should get yours sooner than later. Okay, I'm gonna guess that's what we have. Here's our stamp set. Hi Dina, how are you and how was your weekend? All right, 3 different cards, and it's Farmhouse Florals. Let's sort our cards out. Yes, not a mistake. You got the kit of the month from last month, Dina. So that class for the Stamp It Your Way class will be taught on, let me grab my Gmail for you and I'll pull up my calendar. So the Stamp It Your Way class that you got in the package today will be taught, and I'll videotape it in case you're working or you can't come to class. I want to say, feel like, oh, I guess we do have one more weekend. So Paper Pumpkin will be the 30th. That is this class. And then the Stamp It Your Way class is Wednesday in the afternoon. So a lot of you guys will have to work, but that was what my calendar had open for me. These are really cool. Nice thick. They do really offer a very nice selection of quality paper envelopes, and I'm telling you, if you've ever gone to like a bulk store, even envelopes and card bases are not cheap. So here's my little storage plan, and we'll go into there. Here's our little stamp set, just to have it out here. No, you didn't have to pay for it. It's free to my customers who order over a certain amount. So it is free. It is a thank you. Yeah. Nope. I'll tag you in the class for it. Yeah. Get this because I will be using this because I got to get all the extras done for us. You know, that's always important. Everybody loves free. And if you want to make that kit into scrapbook pages, I think that that would be fantastic. This one's going to go over here. That goes with that. Oh, I like it. It means we're going to pop up some things and make it dimensional. And we're going to use the same two stamps onto this set, which is convenient, I must say. Oh, now isn't this cute? This is a little piece of paper that's going to come out. Not base. See? This is a card base. That would be what we're going to work off of today. And here's this cute little itty bitty tag, heaven help us. Especially those of us who now require glasses of all sorts. I can definitely see working on some other ideas for cards. But yeah, that's okay. You can always ask 10,000 questions and I'll be here to answer as much as I can. Okay, we got that. And then we have You Are Loved. We're going to be using, are these all on this one? So basically everything is going to come off of one stamp set for this. Who's working on Christmas cards these days? Oh, and hey, I might be able to do a sneaky peeky here of, I got my first order in of stuff because, you know, how that goes. Friend, for you, you are loved. All right, I will keep these blocked up because I have lots of little things I gotta get done with them. So that I am ready to teach my class. I don't have enough blocks in case anybody has any questions about the number of blocks here. Because I keep things blocked up, I have several sets of blocks. And then I don't have to worry about blocking and unblocking. Hey Leslie, how are you? Has your daughter started her job yet? And here's our last two. And these are teeny weeny. I'm going to see if I have any smaller blocks left. Yes. Here's one. And two. All right. Get my extras out of here. And let's have some fun. I just want everybody to see how you can totally not be anywhere close to creative and just think, not what I want to do, but still be able to make some cards. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I will change one set. I already ordered two. The first set I will, the leftovers from this set, I will make spare cards or different cards out of. And then the other one I will use to make a layout out of it so that we can look at the versatility. Now this is a useful little stamp. This is the inside of the card, guys. This is an extremely juicy Secret Sea, which is basically Harbor from Close to My Heart Times. And in the center, it's going to say, You Are Loved. You know, this does not even have to be a card for somebody like a spouse or partner. You could make this for a kid, any kind of relative. Today is her second day. IEPs, they're okay. Since I'm one of the IEP moms. She'll be a rock star. Oh, and then over here, it looks like I am going to be stamping on and off here. She has 33 IEPs. Oh, that's right, because she's teaching a subject as opposed to a class, right? $33 would be a lot to keep track of. Just saying. Now, look how that lines up, you guys. That's pretty cool. Let's see how that does. Ooh. Hey, guys, this is pretty fancy Nancy here. In case anybody's familiar with Fancy Nancy with their grandkids. So that's the bottom. Of course, Little Liberty. Yeah, that's why she has so many. That's not going to be the easiest. You know that the hardest thing I would think would be trying to remember everybody's names for a little bit. I think that's a lot. Because what does she have? 28 to 30 kids in a class. Yeah, there we go. I need to move that out of the way. So I can't wait to share what I got going on. And this is going to be bumped up. Now this is going to come off like that. And those edges make it look crooked. It's not crooked, it just feels like it's crooked. Oh, Di made it through her second surgery, guys, so there's progress there. She now has recovery, which she's not so excited about. She's gonna be working on rehab and all that fun stuff that comes when you have major surgery. All right, well, that's pretty cute and simple. 32 in the big. Oh, do they have all the IEP kids in one class? Is that what they did? Oops. All right. Now this one, we're going to stamp that cute friends saying that I think is really precious. Good friends are hard to find. I'm glad that we found each other. Isn't that cute? I get excited over silly stuff. All right, and I want my branch again. Of course. And they always do that to the first year teacher. Not that I agree with it. But it certainly isn't the first time. started using an advocate, and then so Sarah Grace ended up in experienced teachers classes, and that made all the difference in the world, because you know, new teachers, we gotta give them some space and time to get, like, figure out everything, like literally everything they have to figure out. All right, now this take your little cute background, whatever that's called, because I don't know what it is, and we're gonna go off. Sarah Grace is a junior this year. Unbelievable. She's gonna try out the college thing this year, so I'm excited and, you know, a little nervous, but excited in that I think that she will be happier in college. You know, people just, the whole social scene takes a dive and chills out. And she won't have to deal with that as much. I think you have known her, gosh, forever and a day. You guys have known her. That poor kid. She does miss her scrapbook ladies though, because you guys tend to spoil her. She kind of misses heading out on the road, and Canaan Valley was always one of Sarah Grace's favorite places to go, just because there was so much to do, and she, you know, it wasn't all inside. So you just line that cute little bag up there, and now you have this part right here. And we are actually gonna put that on foam tape again. So this is gonna be kind of a thicker one. I have to, yep, I have to cut this in half. Make sure you use non-stick scissors for this, guys. Yeah, she does, and her Miss not Scarlet, Scarlet. I can't remember how she used to say Scarlet's name. Miss Scarlet. I was just looking at Robin Strong. You know, she was a vendor at Canaan. Her daughter is going to be a senior, if you can believe that. I was like, holy smokes. I am looking for my twine, which I know is out here somewhere. Do not know where my twine went, guys. But let me see this color really quick. It's not too off. It's not too bad. It should be a neutral color. That's a better match. Now this is going to go here like that, so that the little ends are up. So you have this kind of, you don't want to glue that down, because that's not something you would have glued down. And then here's your little twine rope. They did. They should still be littles. I don't know what happened. Especially, like, you know, she is a much more decent driver than she thinks she is. But yeah, she doesn't think that she likes driving. Well, she doesn't like the highway driving, which is the merging and that. But the truck has these sensors on the mirrors that say, ooh, there's somebody in your blind spot, which for the truck is super nice, because anybody with trucks or vans know you got some blind spots. And then you're going to take these little flowers and we're going to pop them up and give this a little bit more dimension, which I think is great. And again, these are going to be ones that you can just slide over so it looks like your flowers are coming out over the top of the bag. See? So you want to make sure to check where you're putting your adhesive on. Well, hi, Regina, sliding right in there. So good to see you. Regina and I got to catch up with each other for a little bit in my virtual crop. That was really nice. And there's your card number 2. Now, I didn't put it together because I wanted to make sure that ink was dry on the inside. This is cute. Now, not quite the right thread, but nonetheless, it's close enough of a match to make it work. And then our last card, and I love how we're doing insides. A lot of times we don't have insides that we do. This one says to say thank you. Which I would not have thought about doing it this way, but it makes sense to say thank you. But this pad is like super juicy, and I'm afraid that if I were to close this like right away, that it would be not so happy. Okay, now this is fun because you have your typewriter paper and you have your typewriter, but the typewriter has this little cut in it. And I don't remember if you guys remember, but typewriters for a while there were like the in thing. And you know, you could buy the old-fashioned typewriter from like Memories R Us or something. Is it Memory R Us, or there? It's one of those companies. Oops, I'm supposed to stamp our cute little. Yeah, it's very, very pretty. So this is one of those sets. Now the nice thing about Paper Pumpkin is you can look and you can stop it and start it as you want to. And you can buy it by the month, you can buy it by the year, and even during the year, if you bought it the whole year, you can stop and start it and skip a month and say, oh, I really am not interested in that one or that theme, or like I think June was fruit cards, and one of my people were like, yeah, I looked at that and said, I don't need any fruit. I was like, then don't get it, because I don't want anybody to get things that they're not happy with. Everybody's catalog should be showing up if you've made a purchase from my site and you know, opted in, because that is this crazy thing. It used to be we could just send them to whoever, but not anymore. People have to have opted in. Just about everybody here has opted in, so it's not a big deal, but please share me with your friends. I'm gonna need to rebuild team and customers. Now, isn't that just about precious, you guys, that you can like slide that in? Look at that. Now, of course, we're not gonna leave it that way. We're going to do this. Who wants a sneak peek of, yeah, I can't show you the catalog, but I can show you some product that I just got in if anybody wants to see it. And it's actually the stuff from the, it's a suite from the online release, because there's an online release and a mini catalog going live. Isn't that cute? And then here we have these cute little flowers that are going to go over the edge of that. And you want it to go over the top of the paper, and this absolutely brilliant orange. You know, I would not wear orange. Orange is not a good color on me, but I love orange flowers. I think they are just so vibrant. There we go. Needs to go like this. I might, there we go. Look at that, you guys. Ta-da! So this will be dry, because this ink does dry fast. So give me some hearts if you're interested in seeing. Oh my goodness. I always wear the ink, guys. I struggle with these pads and cannot wait till we get magnetic pads. They do work better if you put a little bit of candle wax on them. Somebody did chapstick. I don't think the chapstick worked as well as the candle wax. Just saying. Yeah? Should we take a look at our new paper? I'm so excited. I have to make a card swap from this. So this is coming out. And this is called something Pines. Everyday Pines, something like that. Get rid of all this. I'm super excited. Who loves winter as opposed to, per se, perfectly Christmas, right? Now I can't show you this picture, but I wanted to make sure I had the name of it. Elegant Pine Snowflakes is the name of this. Elegant Pine Snowflakes. So let's take a look at kind of what I got, because I tend to buy the suites because it's just easier for me to make sure that I have all the pieces here. So here's this. This snowflake paper, I can't remember if it's part of the regular catalog, the mini, or part of the online. I'm so bad. It is white paper, but it's embossed. Sorry if that's loud, you guys. I miss my Ziploc bags. Can I just say that? Roll that adhesive back. Can you guys see how that is? So it's embossed, just like if you ran it through the embossing machine. And so if you were to do any kind of ink, direct to ink, gosh, that doesn't show up very well at all. Okay, this is one of those things where we got to take a little bit of ink to this. Where did I put my... This is shaded spruce, so let's get a little bit of shaded spruce in case I decided that I want to keep going. Now, shaded spruce for me is one of my favorite greens because it's a blue green. For those of you who follow my color crazy, and I'm just going to put a little piece of paper under here. Really want you guys to see this. There is a blue in this, but I'm pretty sure it's... All right, so let's take a look at how this looks. Let's see if I can get the pattern to show up for you. I always try to have this in motion. Otherwise, when you hesitate, you end up with little... This is not showing up as much as I wanted it to. Now, the snowflakes should grab the ink more and pop up a little bit better. But I'm not sure that I'm in love with the way that is working with the ink. You can kind of see a little bit better where the snowflakes are at. So this might be a better white on white, and maybe go through and shimmer brush or glitter touch up these guys. So stay tuned for that, because I have to play with this paper. So like it or not, here I come. This is the stamp set that matches this, and I love snow and I love pines. There are a ton of dies in this, you guys, like a ridiculous amount of dies. And they make snowflakes. There's another snowflake one that's going to come out, but I thought I can make snowflakes with these, and I can use the pines in more ways than I could if I just got a snowflake. Now wait till you see this paper, you guys, because it's gorgeous. I'm really curious what I did with my, oh, hey, there they are. I prefer to use these on my paper opening. Okay. And now I'll get a bag out. So this is, of course, two-sided. And it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 patterns. And so here's the main pattern with, if you're familiar with watercolor, this happens if you have a wet watercolor and you put salt on it. It causes the salt to, you know, dissolve, but also to pull color and push color in and out. So I think that is a really cool effect that they have. This is a very pretty, has that red and holly. This is like my kind of Christmas paper here. Some blues, but you got the greens, you got the little red berries in there. And then you have Pretty Peacock. So this is your shaded spruce. This is your Pretty Peacock with the salt, watercolor salt pattern. These are your snowflakes. Oh, guys. And this is shaded spruce with snowflakes. Memento. I think that this cuts out that snowflake. I'm so excited when I find this. And it looks like that'll cut that. We're pretty close to it. I just got it. Okay. Think of the amazing scrapbook pages we can make. Okay, this cuts out pieces of the paper. And then you have the shaded spruce pattern. If you like a little bit of black, darker, I always thought black was too somber, but I think it makes the greens and reds really pop on this. And then you have your bigger snowflakes, which I'm betting it will cut those snowflakes out too, because they look to be about the same size as that. Yay! And then we have the pine cone paper. I love pine cones. So, and this is your garden green salt. And this is kind of, no, this is Old Olive, that's garden green. And then here's the darker bit with the full pines. And again, this might cut out those. Guys, this might cut out 3 different papers. It will cut it out, guys. Where's the other one? I thought you could cut this one out too. All right, this is a win. So there's 3 different sets of snowflakes that this will cut out, which I think is pretty cool. And and make some great cards. And then how pretty is that? And this is that pretty peacock slash, it almost feels like it has a hint of Secret Sea in that. So let's look what our colors are, because normally they will tell us on the back of, they are really good about telling us what the colors are. Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, Old Olive, Pretty Peacock, Secret Sea, and Shaded Spruce. There you go. I wonder if this is supposed to be this instead of it being, that's pretty black. I stick to that, it's pretty black. Then they have some cute little, they call them snowflakes, and those are really pretty. And we have some different, these aren't a part of it, but I brought them in anyway because of the green, but I don't know that it's the Old Olive. I'm not sure that it's quite gonna work. And then here is the pretty ribbon, which I was hoping it would be thinner. I'm not gonna lie. Pointer. So I posted up a thing, so I have to practice this new ribbon tying around your fingers things that you're supposed to be able to do. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Otherwise, I'm just going to stick with my 2 ears and go through the center. But I feel like this would be fantastic ribbon on wrapping Christmas presents. I don't know. Maybe I'll do there you go. See, look how pretty that would be on a Christmas present or a bag. All right, guys, give me some numbers and we'll send out some cards, or maybe I'll cut up some snowflakes, some faceted snowflakes, and you guys can try some new embellishments out. That's always fun. Or maybe I'll send out some ribbon. But 3 prizes will come out. It'll be a surprise to see what comes in. Maybe you'll get some of the new ribbon and that, and we'll look at another little bit that I got in as well. So I got in the Aurora Lights one from the main mini catalog. Keep me posted if you guys get catalogs or not. So I have Leslie, Regina still here. Is Dina and Barb, are you guys still with me? Checking to see who's with me. Okay, so Dina's going to pass. So it's Leslie, Regina, Barbara's still here. So if Dina's going to pass, if it's just Leslie, Regina, and Barbara, I will send you some surprise new product pieces. So nothing stamped, of course, but some fun to play with. So that's Barbara, Regina, and Leslie. Send me an... Oh, you got the catalog, Maureen. Awesome, awesome. Leslie, I don't know if you rolled up into my group or not, but if you... when you went inactive as a Stampin' Up person, if you go in, log in, just like you were when you were a consultant or a demonstrator, whatever we are, and change it to me as your contact person and authorize me to send you stuff, then I can put you on the next run for and the same for Scarlett and them. All right, take care, guys, and send me your mailing addresses, and I'll get some fun stuff in the mail for you. Bye now.